you're a journalist like me, you've probably spent countless hours transcribing audio interviews so you can use in your stories. Well, you don't have to anymore because there's a new artificial intelligence tool out there that you can use that transcribes notes. There's a lot of ways to do it these days, but the most effective tool that I've found is called Otter AI. And today I'm going to walk you through how to use it. Here we are at the home screen, and we'll get started right away by going to a podcast that I record every day with my co-host Hannah Hammond from CSP Daily, called the Retail Daily Podcast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, hit record, and it'll start recording. And then I'll start the podcast, and you can see it recording in real time.
President Trump announces plans to drastically reduce tariffs on China, one day after meeting with Target and Walmart CEOs. EG America launches a retail media network.
I just stopped it right down here. So we'll go back to the note, and you notice here you can hit play or you can go back and forth 5 seconds. What you're going to notice is that at this time it's still kind of processing the information. It will take a few minutes usually to get it to a point to where it recognizes individual speakers and so forth. All right, here we are. Now you've noticed that it's broken up the conversation into speaker 1 and speaker 2. It really kind of goes through this process where it tidies everything up for you and it fixes any kind of inaccuracies that it has in the original transcription. Beware that the inaccuracies in these transcriptions, are still there from time to time, and a lot of it depends on the quality of the audio that you're getting. If you're in a big room that's echoey or has a lot of background noise, the transcription will be a lot rougher. The great thing about Otter AI, and the reason I really prefer it over other transcription tools, is because what you can do is you can click right here and you can just listen to it as it follows along. It's sort of like follow the bouncing ball here, right? You can go in and designate the name of the speaker. It's already recognizing my voice, so I can just click here and it will add it, and you can see in the second area where I spoke, it says confirming speaker. We'll do the same thing with Hannah, and I've never recorded Hannah, so it doesn't know anything about what her voice might sound like. So you can go down here and add her name as a tag, and now it's added her there, and it's going through the same process of confirming the speaker here. While it's doing that, I'm going to show you a couple other things. This is the transcript right here, but you can click on a summary as well, and it'll give you kind of a breakdown of some of the things that were said. The longer the recording or the longer the transcription, the more information will be in here, and often it will include other specifics like action items and highlights and other topics. If you want to highlight part of the transcription for later, you can just highlight it like this, and a little pop-up screen will appear. Just hit the highlight icon, and it'll highlight it for you. As the transcription is taking place in real time, you can also highlight, which I find incredibly useful for when I'm doing, quarterly earnings calls and other kinds of meetings that I know are going to be really long, and it's going to have a lot of information that I'm not necessarily going to use for my story. You can highlight in real time right down here just by clicking this button. We'll go back over here to home, and Here's our transcription. It already gave us a title as well automatically. I didn't do this, but it just sort of decided on its own. You can go back in and click up here and rename it Otter AI Tutorial. As you start recording more, one thing to know is you can get them a little bit more organized by creating folders. There's another thing here for channels and direct messages. I'm going to be honest, I never use those. I didn't even know what they're for. So here's another function of Otter AI that I really don't use, but you can ask it questions. So let's give it a shot. What's happening with tariffs right now? And it gives us a response that is involves some of the based on general knowledge, but it says, I don't see any recorded conversations on your Otter account about tariffs. Well, it got it wrong there because it does mention tariffs right up here at the very beginning, tariffs. So, sometimes it's not completely accurate. Again, I don't really use Otter AI in that way. I don't typically ask it questions. Also, I really don't use the summary much. Oh, and now you notice the summary was still working. So now we have an outline of what was said in this meeting. Every once in a while, if I'm in a meeting and it's really long and complicated, and I think maybe I missed something that was important, I'll go, and typically I try to do this after the story is already written. I'll go back and just take a look and see if there was anything that Otter AI picked up on that I missed. A couple of other things to know about Otter is you can only do, and it says right down here with the free account, you can only do 300 monthly minutes. The one downside to not having Pro is you can only do 30 minutes at a time. So that can really kind of gum up the works a little bit and make it harder. There are a lot of other things that you can do with Otter Pro. For instance, if you have an audio file, you can go in here and drag that audio file. It accepts a lot of different formats: WAV, MP3, MP4, different files like that. And yeah, this is only available for Pro users, which the Pro account, I believe, is about $15 plus tax, so it comes out to be about $18 a month. One of the other things that you can do that I still haven't done is you can connect it to your Google or Outlook accounts, and you can add meeting times to your calendar here. So if you have a regular meeting every Monday morning at 9:30, you can just automate it to record that meeting. Here's where you post the meeting URL. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm going to be making more of these videos. This is my second video. Take a look at my Notebook LM Basics video. I just finished that one. That's the first tutorial that I've done for the Journalism AI Toolkit, and there's going to be more to come. So